guys, it's Angelique Vestil, and today I'm going to be talking about the college broke mentality and why it's important to have even after college. The college broke mentality is something that I'm very familiar with because coming fresh out of college just less than a year ago, it is a real thing. Like, people end up not spending money because they don't have it in college, at least. And I tried to live the college broke mentality, even though technically I still had money and wasn't broke, but I would say I'm broke because it genuinely felt like that. Like, when you're in college, I know so many people that are just like eating peanut butter sandwiches and like ramen and all that stuff. Not healthy for one, but the college broke mentality is real, and I think it's really important to continue to have that college broke mentality even after college, to become financially smart with your finances. So essentially what college broke is pretending you're broke. So you're not spending much, you're being super frugal with money because you can't afford it. In college, like, really the only expenses were like food and like if you wanted to go out on the weekends. But what actually ended up happening for me was a lot of times was if I wanted to go out drinking, I would buy drinks beforehand and then at the bar would just drink water, because at the bar obviously drinks are way more pricier than if you were to just buy a bottle. And so that was just one way like college broke mentality is a thing in college. But I think what is crazy is like people, when they go out into the real world and get real adult jobs, a lot of people shift from the mentality like, oh, instead of looking for a cheaper apartment, I'll just splurge because this is going to be my monthly income. But essentially there is ways that you should break up your finances to continue to live college broke. Say your income triples out of college, but you're still being frugal about the apartment you're living in, the location you're living in. You could save a ton of money from doing that, but I think a lot of people say like they have an increase in income, so then their expenses increase as well, and then they're wondering like, oh, like why am I still broke, you know? I think it's really important that especially out of college, that the main priority is to actually save money. And even though you might not know what you're saving for, it's really important to save, whether that's in financial investment portfolios, whether that's in a savings account, whether that's putting it into like things such as like real estate or stocks and bonds and all this stuff. It's really important, especially coming out of college, because we're at a point in our lives where we're really the only person we need to think about. Coming out of college for me, like obviously the only person I need to think about is myself. Like, I don't have a husband or don't have kids. Later down the way, that's definitely all factors you'll need to consider when you're trying to put your finances into perspective, right? So at this point actually in my life, I'm the only person that I really need to consider when it comes to my own money that is coming in or that has come in. Being college broke is really actually beneficial, that your future self will definitely 100% thank you for. And by that it means even if you are making a higher salary than you were in college but spending the same amount that you were in college, that amount of savings is now then things that your future self will thank you for. Now, I did a video about like how I started saving at 18 and investing at 18 and stuff, and all that money accumulated just by holding it into this account that reinvests dividends and has high yield interest rates. Even if your income increases, it's really important to minimize the expenses, because what often happens is like people see a higher income, then they'll want to have higher expenses. They buy a car, they buy an apartment, they buy all these different things because they think they can afford it, but in reality they're back at square one where they're college broke. If you actually are college broke but in the right way, instead of actually spending it on goods that are like not profitable for you, you're not spending it, you're putting it away into portfolios that hold mutual funds and stocks and real estate and things that could actually make your money then now work for you while you're still being like college broke and spending the expenses that you did in college. You could make a ton of money from that. And especially now like that I'm independent and don't really have any other things that tie me down, like children, a spouse, like all these different things that will definitely have to be considering later down the road, but not at this moment. Being college broke is really important. So that is like my number one thing, is like even if you are making more money, to still spend as if you were in college. And like that could literally be up until the point you have kids, because then like you'll have dependents on you. But if you are are still super frugal about your spending and not splurging on nice meals and Chipotle and going to the movies and eating out every meal and traveling. Like, it's important to travel. Obviously, I travel as well, but it's really beneficial to you, and your future self will thank you if you are more frugal now, have more money in your savings accounts and these investment accounts and all these different things that could now then make that money work for you. Because honestly, time value of money is a real thing. Be really frugal about your money and it will be good. Invest. I'll put more videos on like how I invest and how I save and ways to save and all those different things, but those are all for different videos. But yeah, College Broke, it's really, really powerful and really beneficial, and I highly recommend it even if you are not in college, because if you have all these expenses, even though you're making more money, it's like, what's the point? Now that amount of brokenness is still the same unless you are actually putting it into places that makes your net worth more powerful. Yeah, I hope that helped, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.